Looking through the lens, opinions of three friends. Looking through the lens, sometimes they don't make sense. Back at it again with another episode of Through the Lens.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, today we are reviewing the brand new episode of the Book of Boba Fett.
Yes. Now to just tell everyone what's happened. Our very own patronusgold. Excuse me. got a bit of shit in my mouth. Stranded. Away
He's
from
homeless
home.
right now.
Because got a close contact of COVID-19 and waiting on test results. So he'll be out of action for a bit. I guess you could say out of jackson. we can make his jokes here without him being here. We can take over for those. But yes. For what did he say? For Hawkeye and for No Way Home, he wants to be here for those episodes. But on a case-by-case basis, bias, we'll decide. We'll have like our decision as to what episodes can be reviewed by just us here. So
he might not be in the episodes in the next week or so. So don't be surprised.
Yes, sir.
Or don't be too surprised anyway. So Boba Fett and the balls of steel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let me tell you about this new show.
No one goes for the kicking nuts.
Yeah.
Go on.
I'm here to kick. I'm here to kick bubblegum and chew ass. Yeah. As always, Jon Favreau back at it again, making another show in the Star Wars Disney series.
Right.
This time Boba Fett, continuing on what happened in his cameo in The Mandalorian. If you all remember. Oh shit, the camera's froze because I minimized it for a while. Need to keep that up. Is this a Windows thing or a Discord thing? Anyway. Yeah, let me read you the synopsis. The spin-off of The Mandalorian will start. That's not a synopsis. That's what? Is that the synopsis? That's a shit synopsis on IMDb. It just says spin-off of The Mandalorian, which stars Tamira Morrison as Boba Fett. Yeah, that dude. And Ming-Na Wen as Fennec. Great synopsis. Speaking of which, this show stars them, Matt Berry, David Pasquesi, Jennifer Beals, Wesley Kimmel, Xavier Jimenez, and a bunch of other lads. Yeah, cool stuff. Oh, here's the synopsis. It's in the fucking... Not the synopsis bit. The legendary bounty hunter Boba Fett navigates the underworld of the galaxy with mercenary Fennec Shand. When they return to the sands of Tatooine to stake their claim on the territory formerly ruled by deceased crime lord Jabba the Hutt.
Yes, sir.
Now, what did you think when you first watched this show, sir?
I don't really know what I expected going into this. I kind of just expected something like less of a standard than Mandalorian, and that was about true. I think that's what I'd say. Yeah.
That did happen, but my expectations was like, Mandalorian set the standard, so this better be like on par.
Yeah.
So I was a bit, meh out. Like I was feeling a bit meh at the start.
Okay. I feel like this first episode, though, if they were trying to it's sort of like a pilot, getting the viewers to get an idea of the world and what this series is going to deal with.
Yeah.
And I think It's probably only going to get better from here.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say. What was I going to say?
Yeah.
There's a lot of like they try to do some things with like messages and themes and stuff that we'll go into in like writing and spoilers and later on.
Yeah.
That definitely is very expository.
Yeah.
This definitely feels like an incredibly expository first episode.
We do spend a lot of time.
At least on my end. Yeah, at least on my end. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on then. Let's talk a bit about the acting here. I'd
say there wasn't anything bad.
Yeah. Well, at least the main cast are like they're on par with their performance in the Mandalorian. So I'm like, yeah, it's just the guys.
Yeah.
They're doing pretty good.
So y'all can take that as you will. If from what you remember of the Mandalorian, go and watch our reviews if you need a refresher. But shameless self promotion. You know, it was decent, up to standards.
He's all right. I like the Tuscans.
Yeah.
They be Tuscans.
Yeah. Tuscans doing Tuscan stuff. I remember some of the voice actors for the Tuscans, or at least the people under like the Tuscan mask and stuff. They were like pretty famous, I think. You'll have to check me on that. I also know I think one of the Tuscans is voiced by the person who voiced Darth Maul in the Clone Wars, the animated series.
Damn, didn't know that.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that.
Right on then. Let's get into the writing section now.
Yeah, let's do
talk a bit about what's happening.
How's the pacing in general?
No, from my end, feels, as you said, like with all the exposition stuff, it feels a bit slow and like it's dragging because of that. Well, there was like only a few kind of fast-paced action scenes to pick up the pace. So I felt like could have been better.
Yeah.
As a starting episode, it doesn't feel like it's like usually if a starting episode is exposition-y, it's got to be like integrated well to keep the pace up with like the like fast-paced scenes or whatever, or action scenes. But this time it just felt slow to me. Your thoughts?
I don't have thoughts on pacing because I don't pay attention to it and don't remember it, and I can't make an opinion about it. I guess it. Yeah, I felt slow. I would agree.
Yeah.
But overall, though, I think it was all right.
But story-wise, I think it's pretty interesting. I like where they're going with it.
Yeah, I think yeah, definitely. I think the main thing people want to pay attention to in this series, in general, is just the background that it provides to Boba Fett, because it's really to not spoil it too much. We'll leave that to spoiler zones. It's like a very non-linear structure, flashbacks and all that.
Yeah, that's what's happening in this one.
So yeah, a lot of it's mostly exposition on like Boba's past, what happened when he after the Sarlacc.
Yeah, what was happening?
I don't think that's.
Well, I mean, y'all know what Boba got eaten, so
yeah,
you don't know what happens next, and this show is going to show you.
Yes, maybe cut this out on second reconsideration. Note to editor, but yes.
Well, I mean,
I'll do a big wave to the editor.
When people know Boba's alive from the Mandalorian series, so they're like, "Oh, how's he alive?"
Oh, that is true. That is true. Yeah. Okay, excuse me then.
Yeah, we can keep that in.
Yeah, I'm being a dumbo. Okay. Yes. Nah, he just died. He just straight up died.
Got
The Boba
revived.
we see is just a clone.
Yeah.
He's a ghost.
Speaking of clones, they included
Yes.
a sneaky scene. Oh, wait, should I talk about this
No,
now?
no.
Let's talk about it later.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, writing story is interesting. I like what the backstory and where they go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This, I think overall this episode, it's sort of there's like this main theme that I want to say. I don't think it's spoilers to say what the theme actually is. Do you agree?
Sure.
It's the idea about what kind of a leader you want to be. And we know from the Mandalorian that Boba Fett, Fennec Shan took over the Hutt crime family.
They just
Crime.
Well, they didn't have a family. They just kind of took over.
I don't know my Star Wars going on. What did
they
they call it? It's the crime mob.
I don't know what
mob?
they called the Boba.
I don't know what they call it. We'll go with mob. I'm sorry, any Star Wars fans that have pissed off. I'm sorry. The Hutts, they like overthrow the Hutts, right? So now they're the crime lord.
Because the Hutts are already dead, so they're like filling in the space basically. They just took over the mantle.
Yeah. So, Boba's gone and done that, and kind of, it's a lot of exposition. I feel about how it's gonna like lead.
How they're gonna attempt
the rest of the series. What's gonna happen in the rest of the series, and I'll put that in spoilers as well. So stay tuned to listen to the spoilers if you want to hear us talk about that. But yeah. So a lot of exposition stuff for the entire series as a whole, really. Down to the main message, the main theme it wants to bring up, I think.
Yeah. All right then. Let's talk about what's after fucking writing, bro.
Cinematography.
All right, cinematography.
Yes.
Cinematography. That's right. Now this one seems all right.
Good. Seems good. Yeah.
Don't remember anything standing out real.
Yeah.
But standard. I do have some things to say about the visual effects.
Go on then.
All right, let's get into editing visuals then.
Let's do it.
Do you remember the giant lizard?
Yes.
And the dog. The dog thing.
Yes.
In some moments, they look a bit jarring.
I think. Okay, is that spoilers? I don't think it's spoilers. I don't know. Oh, we'll stick with it. But yeah, some of the beasts did look a bit odd.
Cause like, yeah. Did they have any like similar sized monsters or something in the Mandalorian? Because I remember them being like the giant ass monsters, like the spiders.
Yes, that was a thing. There was the spiders.
Or the when he fought the rhino or some shit.
Yes.
But he was like invisible. So.
Yeah.
So like most creatures in the Mandalorian, I felt was like at the like small size one or like to scale ones are like practically done, so they look good.
Yeah.
Or the big ones are just like so big that it's all right to do it in that way. But here, I feel like in this episode, they had some funny things going
on. I feel like the animals didn't really bother me that much. The beasts and monsters, they weren't too like jarring. I didn't notice anything.
Well, it just makes it extra jarring for me because when I watched it, it was we interpolated 30 FPS and with funny frame drops. So I was like, looks extra spicy.
Mm-hmm.
So I might notice it more, probably.
Yeah.
But other than that, I felt like general other VFX stuff, like there was like the fucking laser shield or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty good.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
And weaponry
Right.
stuff. But other things like makeup and costume design, they're good. They're all good, up to standard because they're all practical stuff.
Yes. So that was pretty good. Doing some stuff there.
Nice stuff.
Yeah. Star Wars always known good for its practical effects. Yeah.
Editing wise, I think it does its job, but it might have some contribution to slow pacing as well. Maybe they could cut down a bit. But yeah,
that's some editing and some visuals.
There you go. Okay, let's go into the audio and music section. How's that?
I don't know if it's just because I was tired or anything, but it wasn't particularly memorable. Unless the theme was memorable. I don't remember the theme though. I'm probably just I know I'm tired. I know I'm tired.
I vaguely remember the theme, but I didn't think it was used. It was only used like at the end, was it?
I think it's something about having the Mandalorian and having that just like set the standard for everything else. Like
it makes you compare the two.
Makes you compare. I feel like also it's you were so used to the Mandalorian that anything else is kind of just like, what is this?
Yeah, true.
So yeah, I don't think there was anything too memorable music wise.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember one thing about the music, which was like a kind of a spoiler thing, but not really. Yeah, you were saying?
Nah, but like audio effects wise, it's alright.
Yeah, audio effects is pretty good. All I was gonna say was that there was a oh yeah, Ludwig Göransson did the music for this, and yeah, so you expect great things, and I think in general, like the music itself, it was great. Like the music itself is good. In terms of like how memorable it is compared to Mandalorian, I remember that there was one scene because in Star Wars they don't really use male choirs a lot. The only time they've used the male choirs is for characters that come back alive after presumably being dead. So Darth Maul in Clone Wars, and then Darth Sidious. And they did it for Boba Fett. It's a bit of it's a bit of connected moment in the Star Wars universe. That's pretty cool. Good stuff by Ludwig Göransson.
So music-wise, if there is a male choir in the score, that means someone has been revived from the dead.
Which has only happened twice in the past.
So I guess confirmed once again.
Yes.
Didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Good stuff.
Shall we move on to spoilers then?
Let's do it. On his own. Oh, you know the original Mandalorian theme was played with recorders.
Were they?
Dang. The like flutey thing at the start is actually just a bass or a contrabass recorder.
Ah, right.
But yes, timestamp on the screen, and how about you start? You want to talk about some stuff?
Oh yeah, just I guess going back to the pacing bit, and we can expand a bit more on certain things, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this episode, or rather this series, as a start, didn't really have as strong as a start as the Mandalorian series did. Mainly, I feel because Yeah, the exposition dump, really. Well, I think the Mandalorian started off pretty vague, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
And then they start to
noticed.
like pull the information in while we go.
Hmm.
I guess that's another like thing you can do in film and shows. You can just make it vague. That
That
way,
is
it
true.
pulls your audience in, right?
Hmm.
But the way they did this one is just like it's a giant exposition dump. I feel, but like even though it's not like that bad, it slowed the episode down. Uh, yeah. So yeah, that's just
Yeah.
like me comparing it to Mando again. So like that's the big thing here. Just like comparing it to the Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's like I feel like that's the one thing about this show that we're gonna touch on a lot. It's just that how it compares to the Mandalorian by itself.
Yeah.
It's all right,
Yeah,
but
but
I
still,
think
it's
when
not bad.
compared to what we know of the Mandalorian, it's relatively. I don't want to use the word worse. It's just not up to that level,
Yeah,
and I
it's
guess
not up to the standard. You can say.
yeah, not to the standard we're used to from this series. It's almost definitely going to get a lot better. This first episode was a lot of expository and exposition, I should say, and explanation, which we should touch on actually.
Yeah.
Um, I guess the main thing we want to touch on is that there's a lot of flashbacks. And I
Yes.
don't know how the balance is going to be for the rest of the series. This episode was mostly flashbacks, only some stuff about the current thing, but both of them they all touch on like this overarching theme of being respected as a leader. Do you choose to rule with fear or with respect? That was like the one thing
Respect,
Boba had.
man. Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
thing with that thing, I felt like I was expecting like not Mando, fucking Boba to just show up and be gangster, but I'd be like,
Hmm.
I own this joint now.
You want to do that again?
Oh,
Did my
right. So I was
sorry.
expecting Boba just to rock up and be like, yo, I own this place now and be all gangster about it, be a bit more tough, but nah, bro. Well, he was kinda, but then he's like, nah, we ain't beating up these people. So he's not as gangster as I thought he
Yeah,
was.
and it's this change in him that might throw people off, and it's what this series is going to try to explain. Because
Yeah,
do you remember how he acted in The Mandalorian? I think he was pretty selfless in The Mandalorian.
he's alright, dude.
Yeah, uh, and it's going to be in this series that through the experiences he has after escaping from the Sarlacc pit, that he's going to like learn what it means to
Hmm.
be good,
Be
become a good
a
guy.
better person.
Yes.
Well, I mean, like a person with, I guess, ideals.
Ideals,
Because
yeah.
before in his past life, he's just like a bounty hunter looking for cash. I
Yeah,
think that was his whole thing, I guess.
I think so. And now that he's been put in a position of power, or he put himself there, he
Yeah.
has these responsibilities now. And he through experiences that we've seen, he's learned how to do so. Um, which I guess we'll go into with the Tuscan Raiders. That's like the one thing sort of I wanted to touch on. Where he does he gets captured as a prisoner. They disrespect him. He kills a lizard. He kills a four-armed Mark Zuckerberg and gives it the head to the little kid. The little kid runs back and is like, "Haha, I got Mark Zuckerberg's head." And then the leader's like, "You're an all right, dude. I'll give you some water
Yeah, bro. They
in this
refused to give
scorched
him
desert."
because
Yeah,
he is slave.
I
Or I
think
guess prisoner.
apparently to the Tuscan Raiders, water is a sacred thing.
That would
So
make
for the
sense.
leader to give Boba the leader's water, that was a big deal.
He've earned his
That's like
respect.
a way big deal than what the
Yeah.
the show itself would imply.
Because water would be a scarce resource in the desert, so I would assume it is quite important.
Very scarce, especially on the planet of two suns.
Yeah.
So that is like the big thing of this episode, I think.
Boba has chosen the path of respect.
Yeah, he knows what it means not to be respected rather than to be feared, and like he was only shown respect once in his past that we've seen, and for the rest of the series, we're going to see how that progresses. And we know he's eventually going to get the Tuscan stick thing in the Mandalorian. He's going to own one of those, and he's going to become a high-ranking member of the Tuscan Raiders. While we saw like the child in the of the Tuscan Raiders only having having a little stick, like a little crude stick. So he's gonna climb the ranks somehow.
Get the big stick.
He's gonna get respected, and it's this respect that he therefore treats his current subjects with respect, and he's gonna rule with respect as the new crime lord.
Hell yeah!
I've already seen him do that by forgiving the pig things.
The old bodyguards. I don't know what they called them.
Oh yeah, the old bodyguards of the huts. I forgot what they were called. Help us in the comments. But yeah, letting them go and to work for him now because he respects them. He's gonna rule with respect, and that's how the series is gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
How many times have I said respect?
A lot of times.
There needs to be like a counter. How many times I've said respect? Someone make a comment. How many times I said respect? Respect, respect, respect.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Reminds me a bit of Scarface, where he takes over the business and he's like, y'all work for me now. But at the end, he grew too greedy and gets killed. Spoilers. But Boba choosing a different path.
Yes.
Yes.
Very cool. I haven't watched Scarface.
It's a nice watch. It's fun.
Nice. I'm gonna
watch it with the family.
Alrighty. Defo. Should we talk about some like individual scenes? I know you wanted to talk about the clone stuff.
Don't have any scenes in mind, but like the clone stuff I was gonna mention was just like, they reused the scene from Clone Wars.
Yes, they did. It's a movie.
Yeah, the movie.
What was it? The animated series also called The Clone Wars, right?
Yes. Well, the movie was called it was called Clone Wars? It was Star Wars 2 or 3, I forgot.
Yes, The Clone Wars.
Yeah, The Clone Wars.
Yes, it was. Wait, was it? Am I tripping? No, that's the TV show. Okay, I don't know.
It wasn't called The Clone Wars. It's Star Wars 2.
Okay. But yeah, they use scenes from that. Kind of there's some foreshadowing stuff about stuff we already know about him becoming taking his father's helmet.
It's called Attack of the Clones, mate.
Attack of the Clones. There we go.
There you go.
Fucking Clone Wars. Got Clone Wars on the mind.
Yeah, for real.
But yes. You're reusing some scenes from that, looking pretty cool. Some reframed angles, I think. Also, I think there were potentially some like unused scenes of the cloning facility from the other movie. I think some like different angles. So yeah, that's that. Do you want to talk about the visuals more with the monsters?
All right. Yeah. So what I remember was the dog looks better in the dark. But once it was in the day,
Mm.
you can see everything kind of he pops out a bit.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that. Yeah.
That was just like my complaint, I guess. Like, dog could be looking better, dog.
If you remember from the Mandalorian, Din Djarin, like, tamed one of them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So that is, you would know the dog if you remember the Mandalorian. And clearly, I don't remember enough. And when I was watching this, I was kind of like, oh, I'll watch the Mandalorian again.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking throughout watching this.
Maybe
Not
we
because it was
should.
bad, just because I
Just
kind
like to
of
refresh our memories. Oh yeah, that
yeah.
happened.
So that's the thing.
The lizard man.
Yes.
I think he was looking better than the dog in those daytime. Well, on those scenes they were together.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the head when they at the end
But
was
they
a
used to,
practical
yeah,
prop.
they used to prop for the head, which I feel like
But yeah,
they could just make a whole costume, man. That look better.
true.
They already got the head.
Uh, I don't know if budget allows for that. What's the budget of this?
Nah,
It doesn't really matter anyways, because I don't know. It just feels like
yeah.
I remember it was decently jarring enough that when I look back at it, yeah, definitely at some point it looked a little weird. I wouldn't say it bothered me too much though.
They probably have less budget than the Mandalorian since it's a spin-off.
Yeah, that's true.
But Disney cash, my guy.
Disney got the cash money.
Money, cash. Right.
Yes.
Hmm. What other scenes are worth mentioning about?
Sorry, say again, please.
What other scenes are worth mentioning about, you think?
I feel like we should talk about some of the current day stuff rather than also just apart from the flashbacks and stuff.
All right.
Because this episode also goes a little bit into what's happening with Boba in I say current day, but it's really the stuff between the Sarlacc pit and the Mandalorian, but after the flashbacks. So there's like Sarlacc pit, the flashbacks, and then what we see is sorry, the current. Yeah, it is current day after the Mandalorian. What
Post
happens after the
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian?
Yep.
I am getting all my shit confused. Yes. What happens after the Mandalorian? He becomes the crime lord. Talks to delegates and stuff. Like he goes to the original like cantina
Yeah.
place, and like there's a cantina band playing a remix of the original thing. And then I think one of the band members was from Clone Wars question mark or from
I have
another
no idea.
movie. And then I think the guy was called Max, if I'm remembering correctly from the New Rockstars video. Most of the shit I'm saying today is just from New Rockstars. I'll be completely honest. I don't know, but yeah. And then the owner of the canteen is like, we're delighted to have you. And it's very seductive. And then right after they leave, they get Boba and Fennec get attacked. They got ambushed by people with orange shields and electro staffs.
What I first said when I saw it, I was like, yo, ninjas.
Oh my god, totally,
They
yeah.
did look like ninjas.
And they do parkour and shit.
Yeah.
They climb walls and shit. And then Boba Fett totally vaporizes one of them.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I'm guessing with Eric Voss is guessing, and I'm gonna agree with him that the owner of the canteen is sus.
Probably.
It's like we're not actually happy to have you around, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, but she did pay tribute, man. There's some moolah.
Maybe. But I'm not the one to judge. Just like I'm not the one to judge about Jack's micro penis. Am I right?
That's a
Aha!
top 10 out of 10
I know
joke,
Jack's
and
gonna be watching
Jack
this.
cannot rebuke
So
that because he's not here. Exactly.
making a shitty joke at the expense of you not being here, Jack. I'm sorry. I sincerely apologize. Will you forgive me? Please forgive. All right.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. Ninjas. Who are the ninjas, do you think?
not much else, I think. Who are the ninjas? Yeah. There was also a gang in like the flashbacks, and they painted like a weird symbol on the house.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that? Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
Who
look
are
out for those. Who are these people? I think the ninjas are with. You'd think the ninjas are with the cantina owner,
No, could be.
maybe, and then you'd think the gang is somewhat involved with them, maybe. From the
Right.
flashbacks, is involved them, maybe. They mark a like a what was it called, like a moisture collection station with
No.
a weird symbol. Like, I'm not gonna.
They
Look
drew
for
a
this.
funny penis.
You can take it that way. Fork penis. Fork
Four-headed
penis is going to be the name of my new prog rock band.
Yeah, hell yeah. Give it up
Fuck
for
yeah.
fork penis.
Fucking hell. Fuck, I missed the joke. Fork and L.
Oh shit. But yeah.
All right.
Things to
penis and fork jokes aside. Yes. Mystery people. We will see who they are when we see this next bits of the series. Am I right? Yes.
Yeah. But Boba getting attacked is kind of like to be expected. You know, he's fighting with the other mobs in the fucking town. You know.
That is true.
Because
So, yes.
you suddenly come up and proclaim that you're the boss of this gym. All of a sudden.
Yes.
The other guys will say, "Fuck
I
me."
I need to be right back.
Right. All right. Any of you who get the joke, type it in the comments. You know, boss of this gym. Yeah.
Sorry, my dad I had to open the door.
Oh, no worries. I was saying, if any of y'all get the joke I was saying, type it down in the comments. But I'm guessing none of you will.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Got the
Guess
jokes out of the way. Got the spoilers out of the way. Alrighty.
Let's get into the final verdicts, ladies and gents.
Yes,
and
we
everyone
shall.
else in between. I'll start off. Yeah. So, episode 1 of the Book of Boba Fett is alright. It has interesting plot points and I guess nice background of where Boba's coming from and where he's going. But it had some slow bits and some questionable visual thingies happening. But that's alright. I still enjoyed this one. I'm giving it a 6 out of 10.
Funny you should say that. I was thinking of giving a 6, but then I want to give it a 6.9. No, I'm going to agree with you and go with my original thought, which was a 6. So that we can, this series has room to grow incredible standards, and I believe it will. So yes, we're unfortunately giving it a 6, eh?
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
Right. Ladies and gents, will tell us what you think about episode 1, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.